Hello everyone, this is Friendly's Lycon, here to take on the new hardest percent difficulty, and with the new content update, bringing trains, we have a new rule to make things harder for us, and that is, if we go into it, restricted footwalk. Now, colonists will go a shorter distance. The other rules we're playing with is active tectonics, so the underground is much more difficult. Tech variety, just for some fun. Amateurs, no specialists. All the disasters, so meteors, dust storms, cold waves, twisters. Last arc, we only have one passenger. Rebel yell, after a certain percent population, our domes will get a certain population of rebels. Our rockets take 3 times longer. Prices slowly increase and we can't import food. Likewise, we have to go with Paradox Interactive and the Futurist as our profile and sponsor. The location is 41 North, 11 West, and this one just has a small amount of less rare metals than the other map, although that's for only the percent difficulty. There are definitely harder maps. For our layout, now, I haven't tried the walk, and I don't think trains are going to be very useful in the initial setup. That said, with the disasters now on again, I did have some trouble with metals, maintaining that. So I'm going to bring 2 Stirling generators for power so we don't rely on solar. And likewise, I'm doing 2 moisture vaporizers and 2 fuel so we can get our rockets. And I think we'll aim to go for early asteroid miner. We won't do mining, but we will go to those asteroids and do just surface mining. Likewise, the only things we're bringing are machine parts. We're going to rely on those Stirling generators. Like, we might open them, but we're going to be very, very careful with them. We need 2 orbital probes to choose our location. And without further ado, let's get into the map. Okay, let's start the game. Of course, we want to start it and pick up our star and techs. We don't have quite good ones, but the fuel will be quite good, and the heater eventually. Likewise, we're going to start over here. Now, with the trains update, it does leave a few possibilities of up here and over here as like options, but I think where we get the jump drive, or the jump shuttles, I should say, it's not high priority, and we might use the trains when we have the opportunity to do those like outposts. We'll put a rocket here. We'll have this as our microdome. We want to make sure we hit both of the vistas and as far north so we don't hit this cold ground. Likewise, right here some water. We want to make sure we grab that right away and just kind of scan around us. Now, we want to make sure there we go. Once we have the option for our blueprints, place them down. I want to get the fuel going right away so we get the rocket back to Earth as soon as possible. That looks pretty good there. And there. Likewise, each of them needs the power, which we have Stirling generators for. And we're gonna, everything's high priority. Move our commander just over a bit. We can speed things up. Microdome's off. Hopefully we get the scan done in time. That's pretty early for the last arc. We're not terribly concerned with milestones, but the technology is quite nice to get. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do something like this. Put a solar panel down. Actually, I might want to move it up a little. Leave space for more, like, oxygen, the Moxie and whatnot. Likewise, we should put our universal depot down, turn the fuel off, so if it gets hit, we don't lose it. Put the extractors high priority, and some dumping sites. Likewise, we're going to want one for metal and one for concrete. Just help the drones out a tad. Alright, we should be pretty good. We want you off at night and speed things up. How are we on scanning? We probably won't make it. That's a pretty early milestone steal. I could have selected that a little bit earlier, but... Alright, we have our first event. This one should be either good or bad. I mean, it should be good or neutral, I should say. We can get a discount on deep scanning. Additional resources on new deposits. We only have one, and we've already discovered it. None of these are really good. Let's just get a discount on the scanning. Cool, we did actually get the milestone. It's a little extra tech. The reason why I'm going for the scanning specifically is once we get it, we can then rescan the areas and get more anomalies. So it kind of has the biggest value for us there. By the time we can get the deep deposits, we don't really need them. Wait, that was low. Did we find water before we found water? Huh. Now we are going to stockpile up on our concrete until we have our dome. We probably won't finish this dome until the rocket's on its way back, and we just kind of want to pay attention, get the rocket off as soon as possible. Let me move you up a little bit. Right there should be fine. And we should be pretty close to Sol 10, maybe just after when we land with our colonists. Hopefully we have some good ones to bring. Send you off. Yeah, we have 2 extra drones. Yeah, we'll have the fuel kind of soon. Whoops, not that. Let's see if we, I'm just going to queue up one more. That one's not very good for us because we're not going to get in time before we have already selected our colonists. Actually, no. That fuel is kind of like not a problem.
Sector scanned.
What I kind of want to do is connect our power here. We'll turn this off at night and we'll turn on the concrete extractor. We would have the option to store up a little bit of water in a tower, but I just don't want to pay the maintenance on maintaining that tower. Now I'm going to watch our rocket head back very closely. I want to get it turned around as soon as possible.
Research complete.
Alright, engines should help us on the next time. It looks... we need a little more concrete to build everything inside that we care about. Yeah, everything's looking pretty good.
Great dust storm approaching.
That's fine. Now, before this dust storm hits, I'm going to turn everything off. Except maybe the do we need more concrete? We could use a little more concrete. We'll slow things down.
Sector scanned.
Alright, 0 hours. So I'm going to actually turn it off. Now, these get disabled anyways, but the drones, oops, we'll keep repairing them and fixing them up. The one exception is going to be this concrete extractor. I'm going to wait until the maintenance gets full, because we need as much concrete as we can. And they'll so for example, this moisture vaporator, even though it's off, will have its maintenance. Whoops. Am I going to actually let it go? I am. I'm going to let it do it once. It will fill up and they'll repair it using the metals, and it will fill up, especially on these longer great dust storms. So we'll keep burning through metals over and over again without any benefit. The reason why they do this is so that once the dust storm's over, these will be ready to go right away. But because we don't have any colonists, it's not that big of a deal. It's not important. Yeah, this is fine. If it gets close to max out on the second time, I am going to turn this extractor off. We don't pay extra maintenance during the dust storm. We can just speed things. I have my rocket. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Too much talking, too much talking. We don't want tourists. No, please no. What did we, Oh, we have a genius. Ooh, hoo, hoo. That is super nice. Just go through. Okay. In our filters, I'm going to turn off middle age. And I'm going to turn off tourists. We definitely don't need any. We're not going to be able to bring any more. And the money's definitely not worth it. Whoops, not that. For perks, we really want the sexy trait to get through the founders and to get more children. Likewise, party animal is pretty good. Enthusiast is pretty good too. Hippie's like okay. And we'll select that. Okay, this is the genius's middle age, but they'll pay for themselves. Sexy is like really the trait we care about. Looks like we didn't get too many. That's fine. And we're going to just do a quick scan to make sure. Actually, we have some pretty good people who can get pulled in. That may have not been pulled in because they're lacking like 2 traits. We'll throw you out. That's fine. You're good. You're also pretty good. I would like them to be a little younger. Okay. Now, you also want to generate the balance the genders. So we can count up for one, down for the other. So up for females. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 0, 1, 0, -1. So we need 2 females and a male. So 2 females now. That looks good. We'll launch it over. I was a little bit slow on that. Could have been a little bit faster on the turnaround. We'll end up disabling this concrete extractor because we should have enough. And we'll have the dome built before our colonists get here. Yeah, we don't want to... What's the milestone? Scan anomaly. We can't get that one. It's a little bit random what they go for. They generally prioritize, but the early ones. If we really wanted to, we could send a supply pod with an explorer, but I'd rather lose that little bit of research and I guess points than spend the extra money. Well, there's not that much more money, is it? Like, we're going to get it eventually. It's 100 million for some research. No, I want to save it. I want to try and aim having... Oh, gosh. Good thing that didn't hit anything. One more. So we'll probably end up landing around Sol 11. Yeah, they took the scan. That's okay. We might not even got it. 9 more. Alright, let's get this built. Alright, we have planetaries. Okay. Let's also now get the dome filled out. Okay. 1 living complexes. I wish they I actually have the reskin too. And I wish the living complexes also got something new. We're gonna do an infirmary. Going to do a diner, or grocer I should say. And a small space bar. We're gonna leave this space up so we can connect to another dome. Likewise, we're gonna put a garden. Actually, the pond takes one less concrete, so why not use that? And we'll eventually put in a branch right here. We need to turn on the moisture vaporators. I'm only going to turn on a single fuel refinery. This one I'm going to leave off. And we'll turn you on. Actually, we can keep it on fully. We're also going to turn this off. Just for now. And we should be pretty close. We do need to get a Moxie going. I might even just put it out just a tad. Because we want to fit in a water tower. I think this one's... I don't want to risk it. Something like that. So the Moxie should fit in here. Water tower. And let's go one more. And a oxygen tank. I always feel like the oxygen tank should be able to fit underneath. Like it should be able to be gapped. That's like pretty good. And we could go with the solar panel. We have just a few more things in which to build. We are going to need a little more power. I think I'm just going to do a large wind turbine. And that should handle the power needs of our dome and the extra... We're at pretty high elevation, so that's good, right? Everything is all set. This is going to stay off. We have the extra water going to our dome. Yep, let's land. Well, let's turn the dome on and then land. Yeah, that should be good. We do need to turn on the night shifts.
Research complete.
Full of hope and determination.
Cool. Let's see if we've seen anything good further down. Not particularly. I'm just going to queue up. This actually robotics is probably going to be better. I will do that. We want to get our rocket turned around as soon as possible so we can get it resupplied. I will say, so we have the shuttle hub as a reward. So it makes the trains kind of not as good as Paradox Interactive. But this map, there's not a lot of options around either, so... it is kind of nice that we have a genius, I will say.
Meteor shower.
Especially because I kind of want to rush and give it a try, the asteroid lander, and see if we can't get the building, and we'll just do surface mining for it. That worked pretty good when we were trying it out with the in my milestone game. It's just getting free resources for turning fuel into resources. I didn't do it very good in the beginning, but I did learn how to use it pretty well. Alright, once we get this turned around, we want that for our resupply. And now we're just waiting through the founder stage. Everything looks good. Awesome. Very quick. Now, we're going to now put in our ranch. In fact, we're going to turn a few of these. I will say, I like the infirmary. Blah. I think that one looks pretty good. I don't know about the it's fine. It does look more futuristic than the like open air. at least closer up.
Resources are low.
We want to do chicken for now, and I think we need to turn... Okay, it is off at night. So we get one... Yeah, so this turned off at night should feed all, like, the water for its needs. So we have an extra one. This handles the dome. Actually, the dome doesn't even take a full one, so we're actually like doubly good there. We could run it at night if we really wanted to, but I'd rather store more up. That was a very quick child. It is random, but the sexy trait definitely makes that easier to do. Now, I think I'm going to keep this a little shorter. We did
Research complete.
successfully go through the founder stage. I'm going to leave the resupply for the next episode. So thank you everyone for joining me. And if you're excited for the new hardest run, please consider liking and subscribing. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. This is Fenris Lycon, signing out.